Hey guys, welcome back to my garage again with the Africa Twin. I'm prepping the Africa Twin to go on a BDR, and for a successful BDR there is one important thing you gotta do, and is have good tires, good proper tires. Hence, on the right hand side we have the Kenda K748 big blocks. But enough for the chit chat, let's get on it. As you guys can see, the wheel is still on the balancer. I install and balance all my tire myself. It's a great saving, and I recommend anybody with some garage space and some will to actually do it. It's not the easiest thing to do physically, because technically it's not that hard either. There are a million videos, including mine, telling you how to do it. I can recommend the shop manual from Ari Henning. Is on point all the times. When it comes to the Kenda big blocks, the thing I can say is everybody told me, oh, they're cheap tire, they're shit, don't put it on the bike, it's gonna be horrible, and they only last so much. But there are two things in favor of this tire already. They're cheap and they don't last that much. I like tires that don't last more than 4,000 or 5,000 miles, because I want to try multiple tires on my bike, and because my budget is not as infinite as those bigger YouTubers where they can actually change tire before the tire is completely done. I need tires that don't last that long and don't cost that much. The previous tires that were on the Africa Twin were the Shinko 804 and 805. Everybody was yapping at me, telling me they're horrible tires, they only last 2,000 miles, and this and that. Well, here it is. Those tires last 4,570 miles. Could have done a few more miles, maybe, because over here I was starting to hit the wear out stripe. They're fairly flat. But I absolutely loved those tires. Everybody was like, oh, they don't hold, they're not good on the street, they're not good on the dirt. They're fantastic on the dirt, they're great on the street. I went out riding with a friend of mine. Hey Robert, how's it going, by the way? We went to his neck of the woods. He knew the road very well and he was going very fast. And I was keeping up with no problem with this, so much so that once we stopped to eat, he was like, hey, I was pushing a little bit and you were keeping up really good, and the bike was leaning really hard because the Shinkos over here. So if this tire that everybody if this tire that everybody has so much crap to say about turned out to be fantastic, and it was a great price as well, why wouldn't the other tire that everybody likes to shit on be fantastic? So far, when it comes to the installation, was super easy. The only thing I can say about this tire is that the heavy side of the tire is really heavy. I use spoke weights right now on my wheels, and they seem to be quite a bit. They're brass, so it's different than lead, so they might look bigger, I guess. Also, I can't compare because 4 tire 570 miles ago, I don't remember what I put on the Shinkos, and those stick-in weights that I had on the Shinko, well, they're gone. We talked quite a bit about this, so with the magic of editing, let's go out and let's test them on the dirt and see if they're really shit or if they're good enough. Cheap tire. I'm not expecting the world. All right, the tires are on, and let's go with the street check before we get over there on those trails. They vibrate way less than my old tires, but my old tires were in horrible condition. So they feel pretty good. Mind you, they're freshly installed, so they're supposed to be kind of slick. They're not. Pretty good grip, even on braking. But so far I don't feel them slip. Actually, they track pretty straight. For what I've seen online, what I've heard from other viewers, some of them said they were squirmy, but maybe I need to go faster or something. So far they're perfectly acceptable for this type of bike in these conditions. They're not imprecise on the braking. It doesn't feel like they're skidding or slipping or wobbling. All right, let's go find some dirt. All right, we're on the dirt. No traction control, no ABS. Everything is the way it's supposed to be, I believe. Off we go. Braking test. The brakes. All right. Mind you, right now I'm running a little soft stuff. Mind you, I'm running the recommended pressure on them, which is 41 in the back and 33 up front. So whoa! So I'm expecting traction to be a little less than it should be, although they're doing really good. I'm pretty sure this camera with the bumps now is pointing down somewhat. There you go. Back up. Let me show you what off-roading does for me. You can probably see it, but look at my eyes. All right, gonna try some off-roading speed. Squirrel. And let's see if the camera saves it. Yep. I have to confess, I really like those tires. I wonder if the camera can see the front tire right there. So at this point, I'm not just testing the tires, I'm pulling triple duties right now, testing the tire, the dash cam, and my attire. This is what I'm gonna wear on the BDR here. I have a face full of pants. See if it's too hot or if they impede my movement, but so far, this has been great. Oh, let's get in there. Yeehaw! And so far I'm pretty happy. I'm happy with the tires, I'm happy with the dash cam, I'm happy with my new helmet setup. Alright, let's go test the traction. I was looking for some loose stuff, I can't find any for whatever reason. It's all sand around here, but today. But that in front of me, that is pretty steep. It's actually really steep. So let's see how much traction those tires have and if they can make it. Last time I was able to do that was on TKC80 and the F800 GS. So, and I'm not gonna approach full speed because I'm testing the traction, not how much momentum I can carry. Oh, some loose stuff. There you go. Track's pretty straight. Yeah, it is pretty steep. Finger crossed. Oh yeah, no fucking problem. Oh. No problem at all. You guys want to see how steep that is? Let's see if I can get a good visual. Well, steep enough that from up top you cannot see the slope. So I think those tires are doing really good, especially at full pressure. And I also like when you brake and stop the rear tire, how predictable it is on the slide, just like that. Not bad at all. Pleasantly pleased. So in the end, I believe this is a good choice for what I need the tires for. The BDR will be the ultimate test for them. There's gonna be nice and curvy roads. There's gonna be apparently California North has a lot of sand, rocks. So we'll see how this goes. But so far in my little backyard here, they're working really well. Track really straight and got good traction. So I'm happy with it. Up to this point, I would recommend those tires, no matter what the haters say. If you're on a budget or if you don't want to spend a ton of money because you like to change tire often as I do, those seem to be a pretty good choice. Links for the tires are in the description. Thank you very much to my patrons. You guys are the best. And for everybody else, subscribe. It's free. Why not? I'll support the channel without spending any money. And that's the name of the game, right? Save up, save up, save up. Fantastic day, fantastic tires. So fantastic Alpine Star little thingy I'm wearing. So dai tutti, and I'll see you next time. Whoa.